Y'all, okay, so hear me out because, this is real. Do y'all know that our thoughts are really not our thoughts until we agree with them? Like, we get a lot of suggested thoughts, right? We get a lot of in different wild things. I mean, sometimes we get stuff like, why would you think that? But sometimes we get stuff like that. They'll make us think we don't have the victory. We get thoughts of doubt, of discouragement. We get made up thoughts about other people, what other people think about us or saying about us, or we just get all kinds of crazy thoughts. And like, what I learned is like, those are just suggestions. Like, you don't have to think that. You don't have to own them and think that they're your thoughts, because then you start to feel like, oh, if I'm thinking this way, what does that say about me? Right? And it's like, no. Those are thoughts sent to discourage you. They're suggestions. Like, you don't have to take them. And so what I learned to do is just say no thank you. Like, if somebody bringing something over to you that you're like no, like no thank you. Or you can just say like, no thank you, that's not mine. Like, oh no, that's not mine. Like, that's no. But yeah, and another thing to do on top of that, if you can really like rearrange the thought or reverse it or put it in an order that is in alignment with how you think, put it in an order that is in alignment of how you want to think. Maybe you're not there yet, but you don't like the fact that you keep having this thought. So then you alter that thought in alignment with how you want to think. And then every time that thought comes in, you alter it, comes in, alter. Next thing you know, it's going to come in that altered form, and you won't have to work on it anymore. But the premise of the whole whatever of this video is that, like, our thoughts are not ours until we receive them. They're just suggestions. There's just the enemy in the airwaves wanting to implant stuff, wanting you to think a certain way, wanting you to think something's wrong with you, wanting you to think you wild or you crazy or you didn't get rid of that whatever addiction or whatever thing you got a proclivity for. They want you to think you didn't you're not over that situation, or you're not really where you think you are in life, and you're like, no, I don't think like that. No. And so that's it. Like, don't receive those thoughts. If you have a thought that makes you uncomfortable, if it puts you in like a negative vibration, a negative mood, if you notice a thought like it just, like, no, I don't think like that. Like, oh no thank you. Nope, I don't receive that. No thank you. This is how I think. This is how we think over here. And when you bring me those thoughts, I will receive them. But I don't receive that thought. I don't receive thoughts like that. That is not how I think. And if it is how I think, thinking like that won't get me where I'm going. So I still don't receive it because I don't want to think like that anymore. I'm trying to break out of that thought. So no, I'm gonna keep rearranging that suggestion until you get on board with where we are and where we are going. Amen. So I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. But this is a real thing. Like, your thoughts are just suggestions. They are just flying through the air. It's a lot of stuff that we cannot see in these airwaves. And they just trying to find out where they gonna land. That's why you heard people say when we were growing up, idle mind is the devil's workshop or the devil's playground, because he can just drop all kinds of thoughts in the idle mind. But we're supposed to be thinking on these things. The Bible tells us how to think. And so it also says, as a man thinketh, so is he. So you definitely want to keep your mind. I was listening to a guy on a podcast, and he said people have a lock on their phone, but they don't have a lock on their mind. They don't guard their minds the same way they guard their phone. And that is so true. we need to guard our minds with like the utmost care and consideration, because you think, you act, and then you have results. You think, you act, and then you have results. And so your action always comes from your thoughts, and then the results you have will always be a byproduct. Your inputs determine your outputs. So, all right, y'all. Yeah, let me know what y'all think, though. Your thoughts are only suggestions until you own them. Amen.